What does it mean to be a successful saver? Now, the answer and the problems they face might surprise you. Joining us to discuss it, Gary Mattson and Taylor Steward, part of the family at Mattson Financial Services, a firm that's been helping people retire successfully right here in West Michigan for decades. You can also catch them on their popular radio show, Money Mentors. Gary, Taylor, welcome back to the couch. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having us.
Well,
Happy New Year.
Good. Thank you so much. Same to you. Successful savers. What's the definition of that? What's a successful saver?
Somebody that's saved enough to have a successful retirement. And the question comes to us all the time is, well, how much? How much do I need? What's that magic number? And it's a really hard question to answer, right? Because it really starts at your income. So the question is, I don't know, how much do you need? How much do you need on an annual basis to live the lifestyle that you want all the way through retirement? A lot of times people come into retirement thinking that they'll spend less money, right? But we find in most cases that you need about the same take-home income in retirement as you did, in your last couple working years, because you may not be spending money on, additional travel and food, going out to lunch with all the buddies at work, but you are going to have additional expenditures, traveling with family and still going out to eat and doing all those types of things. So we need to have right about the same income.
I found that sometimes when you just have a little bit more free time, it's easier to find time to spend some money.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Something like
more time online.
You've seen this before, right?
Yes, Amazon becomes your friend.
Yes.
Yeah, but it does.
And they put a hub right next to your house.
When you have that big successful nest egg set aside, I mean, I'm sure the government views that financial situation in a certain way. Do you guys see that?
Yeah, there's really actually three tax strategies. There's taxable, tax deferred, and then tax free. A lot of people do a great job saving, putting money in the bank, but the problem is, as interest rates rise, what's going to happen? You're going to get a 1099 interest on those dollars, and the government's now going to tax you before you even use those dollars. Think this way, they're going to take the first bite of those savings before you get to use it. So one of the things we like to talk about is how much money do you have in savings, and should we shift those dollars from being taxable to tax deferred? If you're not using them, why pay taxes on them?
Is it one of those, is certain times or fees? People, when you start talking about transferring money, some 401k to IRAs, the thing that enters my mind and many others is there's always a fee. They're going to take a shot at this unless I have it there for a certain amount of time. Does that hold true, or you probably see this all the time?
Well, it really depends on what instrument you're going to use. Okay. So again, there's different ones that you have complete liquidity. There's no fee to get in or out of it, those type of things. And there's other ones that, hey, if you want a little more longevity or more guarantees, there could be some restrictions. But we have some where are totally liquid and some that you might want to wait 10, 12 years for. It depends on where you're at. If I'm really in my late retirement years and these dollars aren't going to be for me, they're going to be for my family, then why am I paying taxes on those every year? Let's put that deferred until you're done with them. You can use them if you need to, but give them to the family. Don't pay the taxes on those dollars.
The good news is there's so many questions out there, but you know them all. That's the best part, because some of the things that you bring up when we have these discussions are things that I've never even considered going into a retirement. So when should people start assessing this? When should people start this process?
I don't think there's a time that's really too early, but I would say if you're in your 50s and you're looking at retired late 50s, early mid 60s, now's the time to start. You're 5, 10 years away, maybe in a little bit longer. You need to start getting that plan and really sit down and think, how much money do I need in income in retirement? Because we get so fixated on that $1 million or $2 million or whatever that dollar amount is. But maybe that's not enough, right? So you need to figure out what that income amount is that you need, kind of come up with those bills, build in that good cost of living adjustment, and then look at things like taxes. Like Gary had said, those 3 different tax buckets, making sure that not only your funds, as far as how they're invested, are diversified, but we're also diversified by tax qualification, so we can control what tax bracket we're in retirement and keep more of that hard-earned money in our pocket.
And let's face it, nobody wants a repeat of last year. The market going down like it did, but it's going to happen. So are you prepared to take care of your money, and when the assets go up, are you ready to harvest? But when the markets go down, are you ready to buy into the market? That's where you want to be. So being diversified, we talk about that, so people think that, well, I have stocks and bonds, I'm diversified. Well, there's more diversification than that you should have, as well as investment strategy. Putting your portfolio together and doing nothing else, called buy and hold, that sounds good, but it doesn't really give you the opportunity to take advantage of what the markets do. You're just riding up and down. Think of it this way. Every time the markets go down, if you're in a position to buy into the market, what would your portfolio look like? It doesn't matter if you're getting ready to retire or already retired, having that opportunity to buy in when the market's low is key to success in financials.
Absolutely. And of course, this holds true for those who already have retirement plans in place. This might be a good opportunity for you to get a second opinion, make sure you're on the right path. And I know you guys have a great introductory offer for those who haven't worked with you before.
Yeah, so for the first 5 callers, if you've saved $250,000 or more for retirement, give our office a call. We're happy to sit down with one of our fiduciary advisors to sit down, go through everything in your plan, and make sure that we're not missing anything. If you've already got one in place, we're going to enhance it and make it better. If you don't have one, we're going to get one started for you and make sure you have a successful retirement.
This is the place to be, and the number to call, well, we're going to tell you right there on your screen. There it is, 800-536-8907. If you're retired, already retired, maybe you're retiring, Gary, Taylor, the rest of the team waiting for you, they want to sit down to personally customize that retirement plan just for you. Get a comprehensive, enhanced plan that includes a look at your investments, your income sources, taxes, and so much more to help get you to and through that retirement you deserve. Reserve one of those spots now. Call 1-800-536-8907. That's 1-800-536-8907.